Alrighty. Back to blitzing it up. I had a lot of fun streaming this last time. I'm still having a ton of fun playing this game, so it's a new mode. Oh. Okay. Battles available in 24 hours. Neat. Give me something to do tomorrow. Neat. Okay. So, grand plan for today in this is making some silver as well as working a bit on this thing. I really want to like focus on one of my tier 7s and get to a tier 8. And I'm furthest along on this thing. I'm pretty sure. Like, I just got Leo earlier. Very far on it. This thing, I mean, it needs 122,000. This doesn't. That automatically makes this closer. The IS-2, I'm still far, far off. I mean, need about 100,000 on here. The WZ-110 looks nice, but got a long way to go on the IS-2. So I'm going to play this thing to make some silver, because I've got, like, 4 of these boosters. So, may as well. 4 games in my premium IS-2. I know I could be playing the Astrum Rex, but it's American. And I'm Canadian. So, you know. Doesn't really work for me, boss. Hey. Facing down an IS-2. And it's a bot. Okay, so the M6 and TOG 2 are also bots. The Panther, I'm pretty sure, will be a player. And I say that just because of the icon, so. Okay. There's one of their Panthers. That might be another player. I haven't seen the bots playing that before. I don't have the gun depression for this hill. What am I doing here? Oh, I do not have the gun depression for this. Neither does he, though. It is a bot, so, like... Yeah, the Panther's definitely a player. Come on, teammates. Oh, we have an AFK. Good. That's great. That's what you always want to see, right? RNG, please. RNGesus. Take the wheel. Come on, reload faster. I am alone. I am alone. Good. Good. Love that for me. Great start to the day. AFK. Obviously AFK, too. Not like he just didn't load. No, this is somebody who just went AFK. Good. Good. Love this. Great. Great start. 6v7. Always fair. I mean, I still probably got a decent amount of credits, at least. If 40,000. Would have got more if I could have actually done more, but could not. I'd also get more if I, like, demounted this. I don't need to be running that. Well, it's not going to be making a huge difference if I run it or not, but at least in, like, the silver I'm making. It's also not going to make a huge difference running it. It's only 3%. 3% isn't nothing, but... Okay, their Panther M10 is a bot. Okay, I'm gonna head over here. Because the bushes, one, are obvious. And two, tend to be used by others, so... Oh, are they just pushing? I think they're using the fact that they know I have no gun depression. That's what they're doing. Hey, friendly. Neither of us have gun depression here. It'd be really helpful if we pushed them. Okay, finish him off, please. Teammate, do you want to help? Like, Jesus. I can't select him through there. Really, game? Finish him off, please. Thank you. That was probably one of the worst positions that teammate could have taken. At least for being able to assist. Hey, buddy boy. You got an IS-2 looking at you. Oh, and I've got no friendly in a position to see him. Good. Love that for me. And now they're blocking me. Friendlies, do you want to not, please? Okay. I don't know why the bots do that. They'll just sit in front of an enemy and it's just like, yeah, we're just here now. There's some credits. I don't even know if this thing earns any extra credits. I just like the IS-2. Like, after having played this thing a bit, I like the IS-2. It's a really solid tank. Okay. This side is not ideal for me. Pretty big chunk out of the IS. Another pretty big chunk out of him. I think he's a one-shot kill to me at this point. Yep. Hey, we've killed something. Now, if only the team could stop dying, that would be ideal. Come on, gun. Aim in. Ah, there's a tiger on my ass. Of course. There's basically nothing I can do here. Come on, teammates. The enemies aren't over there. They happen to be over here. What are you two idiots doing? You've just quit. Okay. Good. You know, as much as I don't like doing this while streaming, I think I'm going to start using my reports on inactive players, because this person's definitely inactive. Hey guys, look, he's right there. He's completely inactive. Love how there's been one thing consistent. In my losses. And that has been inactivity from a teammate. That sucks to have basically lost 2 boosters to teammates being stupid. And like, I get this is a mobile game. I will give some level of grace that occasional disconnects are likely to happen. McDonald's Wi-Fi is not known for being particularly strong. But at the same time, that's still not a reason to not report those people for inactivity. They are inactive. It's what it is there for. I like the other spawn better. I like going wide around to A. You know, I'm a tier 7. I'm gonna go up here. T-32, why are you coming with me? Can't see anybody. There's a person. Ooh. Well, we're being shot at by something from somewhere. Yeah, I will clear that out. Yeah, I can't pen the Black Prince's turret. Even with gold. There's a nice little spank. Maybe I can break his gun. Or I can hurt him. Just, I have to get pretty lucky. Yeah, I'm gonna make this push. Low damage roll. And I can't pen him. Love that. Love the tank destroyer with a faster reload than I have, having tougher armor than I do. That's totally fair. He is a tier higher, but still, I wouldn't have bounced that. Like, that's just not cool. Come on, the last two. Oh, you're reloading. Never mind. I was gonna say, make the shot. Well, we win, so. AT-15's just chilling here. Can you even see anything from here, my guy? I would guess, given he just shot, but... I say that. I watched a tank destroyer earlier sitting at the back of a map shooting at buildings because there was people behind them. So, you know. Doesn't mean a huge amount. Not many medals, but many silvers. I will take that. Well, there's all my big credit boosters. I'm gonna hang on to the other ones. Like, I do really like this IS-2. The thing I really wish is that I could swap out this gun for the other gun. Because, I mean, sure, 15 extra mils a pen. But, look at all the things you lose. Like, I want the 100 mil. The 100 mil's better. The 100 mil doesn't have the really satisfying thud to it, but the 100 mil's better. 235 is still enough pen. Like, I mean, I should honestly, in this thing, probably also carry some gold. It would probably help. I mean, if I was gonna carry gold, though, I may as well go back to the 88 mil. But at that point, it's not really worth it, I suppose. Well, let's push away at the VZ-44-1. My cat does not want me doing that. Well, it's not your account. You don't get to decide. You don't. She likes chasing the cursor. That's about it. You know, I'm gonna regret doing this. Cat cam. Until she leaves, literally the moment the battle starts. Really? Really? You're doing that? You're just gonna do that to me? There's no auto drive in this version that I know of. It's not centered. I'm about to hit some logs. There we go. I am spotted. Challenger. You know, I can't help but feel... Okay, my gun was damaged. See, I can't help but feel, though, like, the gun should reload faster in some instances. I mean, that I feel would be definitely more realistic. You know, you just get shot, your crew might react a little faster. Considering you were just shot. You know? Can't help but feel if I wasn't gonna just immediately bail from the tank upon getting penned, I'd be doing things a lot faster, that's for sure. The enemy's that way, you American. Get out of the way! I am not a fast tank. I might have been able to get there to shoot the guy if it hadn't been for that guy. Nyeh. Americans getting in the way. I need to get so much silver built up. I'll probably sell this thing. I'm not enjoying it as much as I did the Skoda PJ. Like, it's not bad, but I do feel in some ways the Skoda PJ is just kind of better. So, I'll probably sell this, so that'll get me some silver back. IS-2. Really? It's bot. Okay. I should check before wasting a shot on it. I'm still going this way. Is this a mistake, given I'm completely on my own? Probably. Hey, the enemy team did not, lemming in the same way. Hey there, Black Prince. The amount of times I've seen that thing called the Churchill Black Prince, when that's really not what that is. I mean, yes, it was made by the same company that made the Churchill. Yes, they proved they only knew how to make Churchills. But it's still not a Churchill. Ow. To frickin' talk! Tiger, you wanna help? This way, boy! This way! Not done yet. Somebody didn't seem to understand the battle wasn't over. The fact I'm able to pull full first-class masteries out of this thing tells me that a lot of people probably don't much care for the VZ44-1. Though I suppose, to be fair, that this is just first class. I mean, first class is something, but so much experience needed. How much would I get from this? 700, okay. So I'm basically almost there silver-wise then. So I'm at 1.8 with that then. Technically close to 1.9. So I'll definitely have the silver. But at the same time, I could be working on this. That's my brain's problem. Gods. I have too many things I could be working on. I really needed to just focus on a line, but I didn't. I opened some sandboxes. Which is why I'm really trying to just focus on this one, because it's the closest I have to a tier 8. I'd love to have a tier 8. That's not American. Smasher. Glad that thing's on this team. Though I say that, like, I haven't seen any major difference between it and the just KV2. So, you know. Yeah, I'm not sitting on that spot. It's not gonna happen. I have armor. I want to use it. Really RNG. I mean, I bounced him too, but still. Yeah, man, I know, there's things above me. There's also a tiger in front of me. Get in my way, Jagdpanzer. Love when RNG says no. Didn't say no that time. At this point, it's more of a teammate has said no. Oh no, he has moved. Oh, he's left the position he can support me from. Good. Ow. Tiger reloads faster than I do. Well, at least he came down to help. Willing to bet that tank destroyer is still up there, so I'm just gonna stay here for a hot minute. Boo. Wait, am I not spotted? I don't think he has the view range. Smasher, smasher. Ah, missed. Okay, well... Yeah, I've already moved. Okay, well, silencer down. It's just that guy now. Okay. Well, if that's the case... I will slowly trundle up this hill. And force him to come to us. I am perfectly content just sitting here. I'm content. There was no way I was getting over to shoot him anyway. This thing's too slow. I'll just take the capture assistance. And it's around 1,000 XP per battle. The fact that I'm running into things I can't pen even while running calibrated shells. That's a little disheartening. Just a little. Okay, I should actually fix my camera. Be a little more like that. Yeah, it's almost right. This is why I don't tend to move it when my cat shows up. Because I don't really have an easy way of adjusting it. There we go. That's better. I need to, like, get, like, a white Sharpie and just put, like, 2 lines on the thing so I can always just recenter it. That'd be helpful, but I don't got one of those, so. Ooh, this is gonna be a lot of battles to get through this thing. It's so slow. I don't feel much faster gaining 80 horsepower. That's so much to gain. If I would have known how little that I would have felt this, I would have just saved the XP on these and just got this sooner. Same with the track. I mean, I could have just not gotten the track, and I'd be a lot closer to having it. I do almost want to change what I'm focusing on from this to the IS-2. I just like the IS-2, man. I mean, like, Tiger 131 there is also pretty fun to play, but I'm not a big fan of German tanks. They're too boring and basic. I don't like them. Oh, hi, AT-7. I am very surrounded. Now he's very surrounded. You deserve this bullying for playing an AT. I'll make the rules. Just, I'm here with you, baby boy. Hey, the ARL's rushing somebody. Oh, there's a dude there. Sorry there, baby boy. I didn't even notice. T-29, please. How are you still way over there? The enemies aren't over there. That Tiger should hopefully be a one-shot kill to him if he'll take the shot. He needs to actually take the shot, though. That's the important part. Well, let's hop into the IS-2. Let's just hop into this. Better. Okay. Red Wolf is a bot. Noted. Where did that shot even go? Because it didn't go into him, that's for sure. The thing's Italian, so it'll now have a pretty long reload. Or he's going to use all 3 of his shots. Okay. Wait, does he not... Does that thing have a normal gun? With a fast reload? Yes. Well, that's not fair. It's Italian. It's obviously Italian. Or it has a 4-shot auto reloader. I mean, if that is the case, then he will have a stupidly long reload right now. No, he has a normal autoloader. I'm guessing. Oh, I hate it when they give vehicles that have a gimmick a completely different... Like, vehicles in a nation that have a gimmick, a completely new and different gimmick. That's totally fair and fine. And totally not confusing for new players. Oh, but I have a Tiger P coming up beside me. Okay. I have clearly sacrificed enough people to the gulag. I kind of want to just stay in the cap, if I'm honest. That forces them to make mistakes. I mean, they know where I am, but they need to get to me through my teammates. So... Sure, I'm not going to get as much damage out of this, but... Reset me right at the end. Get him, little buddy. Okay, that totally hit where it said it could pen, but... Whatever. Stop taking a sip of coffee after every battle. Yay. What do I get? Gold! It's not enough for anything, but it's something. Hey, I can research the gun now. I don't... What'll happen if I research the gun while having gold? Does it just auto-sell the gold? I don't know. So I'm gonna do that. Get my money back. I'm not gonna use this gun, but I just want it researched. It's only charging me... Huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's 32 per one. Okay. Which isn't bad, really. I should carry 8 rounds. Just because the damage is kind of low. And like I do know the other the other gun sounds better. I do get it. It has a better sound. It has more pen. But if 235 mils won't do it, 250 probably aren't going to do it either. And this gun has considerably higher DPM. So, and now I just need to get 85k and I can get the WZ 110. Which this thing does look pretty nice. It's a bit sad that it starts with the 122 with the long reload and you have to upgrade into the good 100 mil. But it's fine. The armor on this thing does look pretty silly, especially with the turret upgrade, so. Let's go! Me. I'm gonna focus on the Polish heavy. Also me. IS-2 gold burr. Okay. Probably gonna need my gold here. Also, you boys can go first. I'm gonna start out. But you boys can go first. You have more armor than I do. I can fail at any game. I don't think I can do anything from here. Not with my standard ammo. Also, hello, Jonas B7. It is, but it's also fun. Like, I legitimately do find this more fun than Tanks PC. Like, I have tried Tanks PC. I have given it more than the good old college try. Like, I have put a good bit of effort into that game, trying to understand it, trying to play it. And just, I never have fun with it. Aw. Sorry, IS-3. That's all I can say is sorry. Damage roll. Damage roll said no. Just drove over that man's turret. As you do. Bummer. That's a pretty big bummer. I was trying to break his gun. Does he auto-load? That felt really... He almost has to. How fast he's reloading there. Okay. He's an American weirdo. I mean, mine, I imagine you would think would be too quiet if I talked at my normal tone. But that's just because this is my normal tone of voice. This is just how I normally am. So, you know, I'm a very quiet guy. I actually kind of have to almost shout into this thing. But Blue Snowball. Probably one of the best investments I made so far. As I was just about to hop into this thing, the IS-2 finished. Probably could have loaded gold and done a bit better, but... Oh boy, an LTTP. And it's a bot. Okay. It might actually play the game. So many players playing that thing just don't. Like that... That's the best way of putting it. They just don't play the game. Doesn't always work. Or I suppose the best way to put it is it doesn't always work better than just pulling the trigger. Like, against a Tiger 1, doesn't make a difference. So, I may as well just not fire gold in that situation. Oh, I'm very alone. Just a panther. Well, hopefully... Okay, Annihilator. I don't really know what that is. Armored. That's what. It can be, at least feel that way, but I wouldn't exactly say pay to win. Though I wouldn't even exactly say that with Tank's PC, mostly just because, like, you could put me in the most overpowered premium with nothing but gold, I'll probably still lose. So, you know, that's how I measure pay to win. Would it make a complete noob able to actually play? I can't see that tiger. I don't want to just let a tiger be on our flank, but I might have to, because I cannot see anybody. Yeah, I mean, that's entirely fair. What is that gun? Painful, that's what. Like, if I had some help right here, this wouldn't be much of a problem, I don't think. But I'll shoot the IS-3, it's higher tier. Yeah, I had a friend who, God, I don't even know how many hours he had in the game. I also don't know how much money he's spent on it, but he tried to get me playing Tanks PC with him a few times. I always found it amusing playing early tanks, specifically this early tank, watching people bounce gold off it for days. It was kind of funny. Oh man, I got thumbs down. I don't really care, guys. I did my best. I can't do better than what I have support for. I can actually double check, I'm pretty sure. Because I know he had a lot of his hours on Steam. How many hours did you have, good sir? No, most of his hours were not on Steam. Never mind. Oh, I found the B1 in PC worked rather well. Same with the S35. But I also just like my little French weirdos, so I might be a little biased. But yeah, he definitely had in the 10s to 20s of thousands of hours. Like, he played that game a lot, and then they did their commander skill rework and he quit. Aiming time. Wait, this gun, that does actually matter, though I still shattered. Right, it's the other gun it doesn't matter with. Yeah, I kind of wish Wargaming would show hours, just so I could see how many hours I've put into World of Warships. Of which I've kind of fallen out of love with that game, so I feel that when it comes to a Wargaming title. There just comes a point where they just stop being fun. See, here's a point where it doesn't matter. I'll just let my track come back on its own. IS, please. I cannot hurt him. Oh, my driver's out. I put enough time into it where, like, in World of Warships, I could probably hop in game and fully research, like, 3 tier 10s with nothing but my free experience. Like, like from 1 to 10 with nothing but free XP. Come on, guys. You're not doing a whole lot right there. Do I need to tell you two to get a room? I think this might be a bot. Given it's completely ignoring. Well, I don't know. It just looked like it might have been going for a ram. It could just be a very unobservant player. But, man, I love the Russian gun sound. It's just got such a punch to it. I love the Russian 122. It's really just any, like, really big gun. It's really punchy. I love them. Like, I can't say Blitz doesn't have pay-to-win stuff. I just haven't really encountered it to any degree to say one way or another. And I mean, gold being able to be bought for silver in both games is pretty nice. It does give a mostly free-to-play like me something to do. I did buy a few tanks, but that's because Silver Generation. I've played a wargaming title before. Silver is important. They gave out this thing for free, which should tell you it's not very good. It probably is pretty good if you'd actually been around its whole battle pass, but... yeah, the dispersion is a bit dumb, especially with how short range everything is, but... it is a case of... if they didn't do that, then just whatever tank had the best gun would always just win. Nothing else would matter. So, like, I do kind of get it. It is definitely very frustrating. Thing is, War Thunder, it is still kind of the tank with the best gun kind of wins. War Thunder could actually do with a bit of dispersion at range. Because, like, at about 1 kilometer or 2, the wind would impact where your shell's going. Even at, like, 800, 900 meters, the wind would have an impact. It shouldn't just be pinpoint accurate, but, you know. Should be decently close. I mean, War Thunder's mostly that way just because of how they balance their game. I mean, like... where is it? This poor thing is at, I think, currently 2.7. It's fighting, like, mid to late war Panzer 3s and 4s because good players can angle it against lower tier guns. And it can be mostly immune from the front, so you gotta move it up. Like, you know... You gotta have this thing be the equivalent of, like, a tier 5 or 6, because, well, if you angle it properly, it's amazing. Except, you know, it's still a low-tier vehicle, and most people playing it are going to be noobs. Yeah, the main thing that the B1 in War Thunder at lower tier, like, facing, like... 1.3s, because it used to be a 2.3. Facing 1.3s, they probably still can't get through the viewport, because they just don't have the pen for it. But that doesn't mean the B1 needs to be pushed up. It just simply means that, you know, maybe those other things need pushed down to 1.0. You know? They're not good enough to handle 50, 60 some mils of armor. Maybe they shouldn't be fighting 2.3s? Like... that's how Gaijin balances their thing, is everything that can meet you should be able to pen you, and it's dumb. I hate it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of War Thunder. If you can meet it, you can pen it, because reasons. Heavy tanks? What are those? What are those supposed to be used for? Getting shot? Yeah, that sounds about right. It's a case of, as frustrating as it does get, I do kind of like how there's some heavies in tanks where it's just like, yeah, I can't pen him from the front. That tank destroyer behind me can, but that tank destroyer has no armor. Yeah, I didn't get terribly far throughout War Thunder, so I think I made it into like the 4-point-something range. Before I just gave up on that grind. Which I don't think I'd mind War Thunder as much if their grind wasn't as long. Or they would balance things better. Like, I refuse to buy the argument that they couldn't balance the mouse. I refuse to believe that argument. Especially where the argument was, well, it's too good to face things at the bottom of its bracket, but not good enough to face things a bracket higher. The mouse in War Thunder. They removed it because they supposedly couldn't balance it. It's not fully removed. You just can't research it anymore. Which is one of the dumbest things. It's like, oh yeah, it's too hard to balance. The tank's too good. So let's just make it so that only players who have been playing a long time can have it. Yeah, that makes sense. That's fair. Wargaming does the same shit, but... Fair, but like, the point I was getting at is why I refuse to believe they couldn't balance it. Is if the problem was it could not handle things below it or above it. Battle ratings move in integers of usually 3. So just move it from where it is 0.1 up or down. Ta-da. Like, they have so much room they could play with to balance things. They just don't. And it doesn't make sense. Like, I even forget what battle rating the thing is at, but like, they could just nudge it ever so slightly. Like, just move it up 1, like 0.1, and ta-da, it can now no longer meet the things at the bottom of its matchmaking bracket. Because it's the bottom of its matchmaking bracket doesn't exist. So... thing is, having that many vehicles makes having more integers to balance them off of make more sense. Like, you know, when there's in Germany 6.7, there is enough vehicles at that exact battle rating to fill like 2 full lineups, but they're not all equally powerful. So if one would be, you know, 6.6 or 6.4, you know, that would make more sense and it would still make it in that same area. Like, it's not massively moving it, it's just helping keep things more balanced with each other. Oh, this map. I just realized what map it is. I hate this map. I'm about to eat a shot. No. I don't know the maps, but by names. I know everyone likes to camp those hills. I am expecting somebody to push up to me, so I don't want to take... Okay, I think the AMX is going to do it. Oh no, an AT-7's doing it. God, I hate those things so much. Aw. At that kind of range, I shouldn't have any dispersion, but oh well. I think he realized I was trying to break his gun. I am not opposed to breaking an AT's gun. A lot of things I might be a little generous with and not break their gun, but... Okay. KV2's the actual threat. KV2 missed. Thank you, KV2, for doing what KV2s do. KV2 shattered as well. Or bounced. Don't know which. I don't know if I can win this. Well, he is low health, so I probably can win the race. Oh, especially if he can't pen me. Well, he can. Okay. Ow. He reloads fast. Come on, gun. Turn. Alright. Have a good day. Thank you for coming in. I always appreciate having people here to talk with. So close. Patrol duty. This map is always great for getting both of these medals on a heavy. Because no one wants to move up. And when no one wants to move up, then, you know, the heavies tend to get the spotting done. Do I buy the turret? That is a good amount of armor to gain, but that's also 12,000 experience I could just put towards getting the next tank. I don't have Blitzhanger open. I should get Blitzhanger open. Because, like... Oh, you can have... Oh, right. Well, obviously you can have both guns in the same turret. Like, the turret is still pretty durable without the upgrade. Does the turret upgrade... The turret upgrade increases my rate of fire. The turret upgrade itself shaves almost a second off of the reload of the 122. Shaves a third of a second off of the 100 mil. I wish they would tell you that stuff. Ooh, the shape changes. I mean, it's definitely still plenty tough. The cupola is still the massive weak spot, though. And the hull still has a pretty big weak spot. So... If I keep the IS-2, it'll be worth it to grab the turret. Honestly, grabbing the turret and then using the 122 makes the 122 almost as good, DPM-wise, as the stock 100. Almost. It's still slightly worse. And the stock 100 just becomes even better. I should probably be running this. That would probably help. You know, I'm curious about something. Let's put this down to 2 rounds. Then let's swap guns. What happens? I don't know if it gave me my money back. But you know, I think I will actually run this gun. Like, it is less DPM, but the extra raw Alpha Strike is definitely nice to have. It's one of those things of, to really know which is better, you have to do a lot of math, and I don't feel like doing the math, so I'll just run the bigger gun. 122s just sound better anyway. And now I've got heat. Now I'm packing heat. We both bounced. He'll definitely reload faster than me, though. Oh, the enemy team's kind of just falling apart. Punch. Punched. He's now a 1-tap for whoever decides to tap him. I guess I get to tap that. That's a pretty big gun. Oh, that's the... Well, thank you for 1-tapping him. I appreciate it. Where are you going, good sir? You just damaged your track. No. You were going to jump off the side. That is unsporting behavior if I have ever seen it. Gotta admit, this gun is more satisfying. It's not as good, but it's more satisfying. Which, you know, something to be said about that. Like, the other gun is almost certainly the better gun, but this one has just a punchy thud to it. Which is just nice. I like the thud. It's a pretty nice thud. would fire, but I've only got 20 rounds. Technically 28, but I'm gonna be honest, I treat those gold rounds as not having them unless I absolutely need them. Then I've got them, but I feel like that's probably the best way to view gold, because there's a lot of people who just load nothing but gold. And to be honest, with the amount of silver you do make and the amount of silver you spend on average, you could probably load nothing but gold and still make money. Just not much money. Nothing? Okay, then. I may as well cap the point. Ow. A shot from over there. There's a hill. Stop that. I will move to the other side. Still gonna stay up here, though. Ooh. Okay, guess I should fall back. Because I'm pretty sure the VK is AFK. Not sure the Tiger is much better. Ow. Hi, Tog. Turret spin. Ooh. Oh, there's whatever that is again. Will you stop breaking my track? That's not nice. Okay, no, they're both basically AFK. Normally I would feel bad about that, but wait, did one of them finally join me? Oh, the Tiger's finally playing the game. I mean, the VK isn't, but, you know. We might have actually had a chance had both of them actually been helping this whole time. But, you know. Why help when you can throw the game? Yeah, let's grab this little thing. I want a change of pace for a game or two. Getting pretty close to the Firefly. I just want the FV 4000 whatever. Because it has an autoloader, which is stupid. Hello, Arda frickin' Uzturk Uyanda? Apologize if I mispronounced any part of that. I tried. I also apologize if your name is anything offensive and I just said something very offensive in whatever language that is. I cannot know this stuff. So I am very alone out here. think I lose this.
Enemy armor is hit. Penetration.
Unless he cannot pen me at this range.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Now he can. He's got a friend. I lose this. Well, no, I killed him. Died to his friend. I had no friends, and my team is losing in the city. Cool. Cool. You love to see when your team's losing at a player advantage. You just love to see it. Okay, I'm going to head up this way. Our light tank is AFK or really slow loading. Hey, baby boy. Where do you think you're going? What just happened to him? SU-152. That's what just happened to him. Okay. Low roll. Get him, Firefly, please. Firefly. Thank you. Somebody doesn't have a fire extinguisher. Probably running reload booster instead of fire extinguisher. I've had people suggest I do that, and that's exactly why I'm not doing that. Boom. I love this gun. It's not very, like, again, it's not the best gun I could be using, but it's the best sounding gun I can be using. And there's something to be said about the gun sounding good. Yeah, that Crusader game was definitely going to be a loss. I mean, it's kind of just what I was expecting. Cut a fair few battles off of that. Actually do wonder what the difference between the IS and IS-2 are. I'm not that well versed on Russian tank design. Or I suppose more accurate to say Soviet tank design, but still. Like, the Churchill 7, thicker armor, bigger gun. I know that. Over, like, the Churchill 6, which was also, I believe, an export model. Actually, no, the Churchill 6 was the export model with the bigger gun but lack of armor. I hit his track. That's so frustrating. Could I see him, please? If he can see me, I would love to be able to see him. Okay, I give up on this. I have no support. I kind of need that with how long this aiming time is, given he's not being forced to move at all. So I'll just come sit in B, thanks. I'm gonna get nothing out of this battle, am I? It's also gonna be a loss, because this team is just falling apart. Well, I'm spotted. He's got gold loaded. I'm just dead. I mean, I'm in adrenaline rush range, but he's not gonna push the corner until, he's reloaded. And I broke his track again. Yay! 0 damage pens. Love those. Love those for me. Thing is, I can almost guarantee he had the upgraded turret. Oh man, best bands. You got best viewers? I got the best bands. It's great. I love not having the chat on the screen anymore because I don't need to, like, worry about that being in a video. Can I fit through here? Yeah. Oh, there is a lot of them down there. Turret? Do you want to... Why was my turret not turning? It's the only thing I can really assume. Teammate. Teammate, do you want to help? That is a tier 8, so are you. Why am I the one taking the fire? Will you stop shooting that building, please? It just hit the same corner of that building twice. I cannot do anything right here. Fuck it. I just broke my own language rule, I don't care. I'm dead anyway. I've ceased caring. Yes, you can do a lot of helping from back there. Honestly, he probably could have, because the enemy's all pushing that one side. Wow, that battle was a win. That didn't feel like it was going to be a win. That felt like it was going to be a loss. Hello, Rand. It's going alright. How's it going on your end? Two annihilators. At least there's one on each team. It's hard to tell which one's more experienced, because the one on my team has definitely spent more money, but the one on their team could have played just as much, if not more. So slow. I'm coming SP. I was going to call him an AMX, but it's an SP. Well, I'm spotted by something. I live here now. There's a house there. Y'all know there's a house. I don't have time to aim at him. His aiming time is definitely going to be faster than mine, and his reload is faster too. Try not to get in your way, little buddy. That is very fair. I've been up and going for a while now. Ow. Does he have a fire extinguisher? He had a repair kit to burn. Yeah. I'm dead. I thought I had help. Where is team? Yeah, this was over from the start. I know I don't like reporting people while playing, but inactivity reports are a thing. And when battles are this small, it really matters when someone's not actively here. I mean, we might still have this, but it's a 3-on-4. I mean, their Annihilator is a 1-tap, but... Now it's 2 on 4. Yeah, we lose. Now they just need to find the AMX-12T. Wonder where he could be. Can they find him and kill him before the match ends? That is the question. Oh, they found him. Oh, how nice of you to finally join us. It's a bot. He moved the moment he got spotted, took 1 shot. Oh no, he stopped the type. I'm still reporting him for inactivity. I'm being salty. To a degree, yeah. Like, it's one of those things of, if I wake up and it's dark outside, I definitely do feel a bit worse. If I wake up and it's like dusk, like it's the sun's just going down, love that. But then again, my brain just likes being awake at night. Which I remember seeing. There was a study recently that more or less proved that, yeah, people do have different circadian rhythms. Which makes sense biologically. Some of us would have had to have been night owls to keep watch and protect the pack. I mean, you see that in every animal. Like, there are just some of them that are awake during the night so that the others can sleep. You know, I'm going to try and push up here. KV-1S, I think we have the same idea. Kind of. Okay, I think the Black Prince is coming this way. Hey there, big boy. Is that... I don't know if that's a bot or not. Come on, M6, finish him off. Thank you, M6. Oh boy, an AT-8. Love that. Love his teammates blocking his shot. Oh, I love that. Hey, teammates. Yeah, you may not want to just blindly push. Ow. Tog first, boys. Yeah, we lose. That's a bummer. they had an AT tank, so makes sense. Those things are just bull. Yeah, no joke, the thought in my head today for like what I was gonna stream. My brain initially went to, I could stream like Azure Lane or something, and then like, no, the loading screens. No, I couldn't. Yeah, like, it's definitely not great for my mental health whenever I wake up at like a normal time. Quote unquote normal. Only 70 some more battles to go. Which also, before I forget, Rand, in Azure Lane, in the little, like, fleet, there's a little thing you can collect right now. That'll give you various little resources. I tend to buy it for the fleet whenever I have resources. It basically lasts the week. Or whenever the fleet has the resources for it, kind of thing. I'm gonna try to actually get ahead enough to have both the mission and the resources going. Because both are nice. No idea what the icebreaker is. Ooh. Still, wouldn't be a wargaming title without the zero damage pen. Can you help, M7? Like, Jesus. You are not in a good position, my man. Well, either he wasn't there or I shot under him. Yeah, working on it, little buddy. You can handle a Tog. Come on. Don't give me that. Ow. That was my cupula, wasn't it? Hey there, little buddy. I got the big gun. Did he seriously die to a Tog? Really? It's a Tog. It's just up to you, Bulldog. And you're gonna die to the Tog too, aren't you? The M7 is virtually immune to the Tog, as long as he faces it. How was that not a valiant effort game? Sadness. I don't have the gun depression to be going this way. Why do I always go this way? Bulldog, that's a house. Aww. Okay, Tiger 1 down there. I think that's the only thing down there. Finish him off, little buddy. I said finish him off. Finish him off. Thank you. I guess screw that fish way out there. Ow. Bulldog, please. $1994. That's almost when I was born. Almost. I'm old. I kind of want to buy some of these, but I know I'm going to need my silver. Because, I mean, that's 2.3 million. Thing is, like, this is the upgrade I want, but I need to buy these two, these three, before I can buy this one. Yep, it's very fair. A lot of tanks have weak spots. And basically everything... Every tank has a weak spot. Like in the case of IS-2 here. Most obvious one from the front. That big cupola. You know, the little bulge on the top of the turret. It's where the commander pokes his head out. It's not very well armored. You shoot that, and bad things happen to the commander. And generally the rest of the tank. Because, you know... A good go-to is also usually the lower front plate. Because it's usually less armored. Mostly because the general idea was that tanks would be fighting at extreme range. Not like this knife fighting range of like a video game. I don't have the gun depression for this. It's a Russian tank. You can tell it's a Russian tank when you're depressed trying to aim the gun. Because that's the gun depression. I'm gonna die here. For I am surrounded. Guys, you haven't even managed to take that cap yet. KV-3's a bot. Okay. That's a loss. I shouldn't have went for that. The middle cap. But, like, in general, like... bits of armor that end up being flat, like viewport for the driver here, or the cupola, or sides of the turret tend to be pretty unarmored compared to the rest. The rear, angles of armor like this that are just going to bounce a shell down into the tank. It's pretty hard to design a tank that's weak spot, you know, proof, because, like, sure, you could say, I mean, engine deck is always going to be a problem, but, like, you could try to design it in such a way that, like, it's sloped everywhere and armored equally everywhere, but, like, now you're just adding a lot of extra weight, and thus people can just run away from you, you know? In general, you would not want to drive a tank through a city because, well, dropping a grenade on the engine deck is a very real thing that can happen. You know, someone from a window dropping a grenade onto your engine deck, and that's gonna knock out your tank. Probably in the middle of a city street, where it's now probably blocking said city street. C-100, you are brave, my man. This thing's definitely better than the IS-2, but, like... man, this gun just doesn't sound as good. And I mean, if the gun doesn't sound good, like, what's even the point? Damn it. Well, I didn't deal damage to him, but... No, you don't. Damn it. He got away. You know, I'm pretty sure the T-34-85 cannot do anything to me frontally. Buddy, I'm trying to help you here. Zip. Broke his track. Yay, damage with my assistance. Yeah, like, in reality, how you aim at a tank is you just aim center mass, pull the trigger. Like, but that's because in reality, you're shooting at this thing from a couple kilometers away. Like, you're not fighting at these close knife fighting ranges. They won that game. Wow. Good job, guys. I should really just be working on this thing. Maybe this thing gets a gun that sounds good. It's just 105 still. That's the same as what I'm using on this thing. 105s don't sound good. It eventually gets a 122. Don't know why you would want to use that, really, but... Because, I mean, like, when you see this thing, and you're seeing it at extreme range, you're not really going to be able to make use of these little weak spots on the turrets, which... I was going to ask what those were even there for, because usually, like, this will be like a design constraint. They'll take the little chunk out because it's a case of, like, they need to clear something, and it'd be the radiators back here. Or the vents. Need to clear those. I would think you would just try to nudge those back a little bit, but whatever. Like, viewports also tend to be, like, weak spots, but when you're shooting from extreme range, good luck. You're not accurately hitting anything. You just aim for the tank. Especially where, in reality, all you need to do is convince that tank that it can't win, and you've won. Like... I mean, it's definitely really difficult. You tend to need specialized tools. I mean, this thing weighs 57 tons. Your average car weighs, like, 2. Like... So, like, you tend to need pretty specialized equipment, usually another tank. And even in those cases... you probably don't want to be using another tank. Like, the German Tiger tank. This thing. The German High Command had to put out basically an order saying, stop trying to tow Tigers with other Tigers. Because all it was doing was destroying the engine of the other Tiger. And these are 55.8 tons. Like, these are big, heavy boys. And this isn't even its max weight, because that is not the turret that should be here. So you need to add a bit more weight there. Should also have this. It's closer to like 57 tons. Tiger 2 takes that to an even sillier level. Yeah. And then you get this monstrosity that the mustachioed man thought would win him the war. It's almost 200 tons. Like, and this isn't even the biggest tank he wanted built. That was the Rat. The Rat tank had literal naval battleship guns. It was stupidly large. It carried other vehicles inside of it. It would have just been a really big target, because artillery, this in of itself was a really big target and would have just been taken out by artillery if one had even been completed in time. The mustachioed man did not seem to understand how to win a war. The answer isn't go big. The answer is rats. This was the Russian Rat, you know. Which, fun fact about the T-34, almost no two of them are going to look exactly the same, because they were just rushed out of factories. Like, mostly because the Soviets just needed tanks, and they needed them right now. So, like, weld lines. You could, like, some of them you can probably, like, fit your hand in between the metal plates. They're that far apart spread. And that's just how it came out of the factory. Because it didn't matter. It just needed to be a mobile armored box with a gun. By that same token... This was basically the Allied Rat. You know, build enough of them, it doesn't matter if the gun isn't great. When you're, you know, when you've got 50 tanks and your opponent has 5, you win. It doesn't matter how bad they are. The, little Ha-Go here. This is a tank that Japan deployed to some of the islands they had invaded because the Americans didn't have tanks. So it didn't matter that this thing's kind of crap. It had enough armor to stop them from killing it with regular guns. And if you've got the only tank, it doesn't matter how bad it is. Which also, this is a one-man turret. There's room for one person in there, just to give you some sense of how tiny this is. It's one person standing there, one person crouched here, and the driver's over here. And that's your crew. Like, it's something that I feel like if another big war breaks out, the world powers are going to relearn pretty quickly that it doesn't matter how advanced your tank is. If your opponent can take it out, like, you'd rather have more tank. If they can just, you know, save and just take an anti-tank, like a tank gun and knock out your tank with it, well, great job. They just spent a fraction of your costs to take out your tank. It's kind of something Russia's relearning. Wunderweapons don't tend to work very well. And it is also very much a case of, like, if a tank were to get knocked out in a repairable way, you're just gonna fix your tank to try to move it as well. Because, like, it's easier for the tank to move itself. Yeah, when the only cost is the crew, and that's only if the crew don't make it, that is definitely preferable. Oh, I am very alone here. Man, just kill me. You're gonna reload first, just kill me. There you go, man. Just... Well, okay. I think he legitimately was like, nah, get one more shot, man. Because he definitely reloaded first. There's no way he didn't. Like... This thing reloads so slowly. I think he realized that I was on my own and screwed. Oh, back to the VZ. Again, this is definitely the better tank, but I like the IS-2. Buying the Girls and Panzer one just so I'd have a tier 7 premium, like, made me really like the IS-2. Oh hey, the KV-2. That thing's silly. I'm almost tempted to go into Russian heavies just so I can play the KV-2. The thing is just... It's just dumb. That turret houses a 150mm gun. Specifically a 150mm howitzer. It's an artillery piece in an armored box. You know what? Ah, one of them had the same idea. I think. Kind of. Hey, buddy. Can you pen my turret? Probably not. Yes, yes he can. Wait, I don't think that was him. That's way too much damage to have been him. That was the Emil. Okay. In general, there's a thing with tanks in general called there's the survivability onion, where basically the idea in general is don't get seen in the first place. And if you do get seen, don't get hit. Like, armor is the last part of the survivability onion. Because, like, if you're being shot at, it's probably already too late. Is the general idea. Like... Which is also a thing that, like, is why a thing like the IS-2 here, and heavy tanks in general, are, They're not things you really see anymore. Because, well, you'd rather just not get shot. Ow. I have no support here. And he reloads 3 shots in the time I reload 1. That's not cool, man. Can you idiots stop dying, please? That would be a great help. I was really hoping to break his gun. Screw it. I'm dead anyway. Great job, team. Yeah, like, post-World War II, when it was realized that, like, yeah, the gun advancement was progressing so much that heavy tanks became kind of redundant, this was Germany's answer. The Leopard. This thing was designed to have enough armor to keep it mostly proof against some anti-tank guns, and to be fast enough to just outdrive enemy turret traverse. They were like, you know what? Let's just go faster than they can aim at us. That should help. And I mean, in theory, it works. Like... There's not really been a big war to test that kind of theory in, but... I kind of want to grab the turret, but that's 12,000 experience that I'm not using here. It's not going to make enough of a difference. I say knowing full well that, like, that would make me pretty proof against other IS-2s, but, oh well. I mean, some of these absolutely do. Like, that was kind of the idea behind light tanks for the longest time. Like, give it a big enough gun to be a threat, and then give it a big enough engine so that no one can keep a gun trained on it. Armor? Who needs it? Yeah, I mean, it was basically a case of, like, during World War II, guns had to get better because, well, both sides were just trying to build better armored things, which forced guns to keep getting better, and it's a lot easier to make a gun that can punch through the armor than armor that can stop the big gun. Okay, looks like just a TOG 2. He looks AFK-ish. Or not.
敌方战车，履带受损。命中敌人，
The Tog is a silly tank. Because, I mean, just look how freaking long that thing is.
此时的一侧履带动不了了。命中敌人，
Aw. Well, you can finish that off, buddy boy.
行动。
Yeah, he can finish that off. The fun part is, the Tog is that long because of how its engine was set up. That thing quite literally has a big diesel engine that powers 2 electric generators, which directly power the tracks. So basically, in a roundabout sort of way, it's an electric tank. It's just an electric tank that doesn't have batteries, so it can't store any charge. It has to generate its electricity as it goes. The Tog is also a tank that so many people were wrong about for so long, including the Bovington Tank Museum, who actually have a Tog in their museum. Even they were wrong about the thing, and made a video saying, yeah, we were wrong about this thing. Like, they had the gun wrong, the armor thickness wrong, how the engine worked wrong. Like, because they were just guessing for the most part. At least from what it seemed like. Well, I say that. They were also going off of the spec of the Tog 2 Star, which was a further development of the Tog 2 that removed some armor, changed the gun, they were playing around with the powertrain. Boy, T-rates. Kinda wishing, as much as I hate the thing, kinda wishing I was in an AT tank. I might actually have armor to survive here. Ah, charioteer. My shot goes wildly over him. His goes right into me. Yep, that plate is flat to him. Hey, at least he missed 2. This just isn't cool. I can't even hurt them. And there's the AT tank. Yep, that's a loss of silver right there. I got to do nothing! But that happens. I shouldn't have pushed as much as I did. Oh yeah, also, if you haven't done it, I just thought of this as well. In Azure Lane, they have a thing for April Fools going on. You find the specialized bullion hidden around places, and then go through a little kind of funny event, and then you get a camo for the specialized bullion. Which, I mean, is mostly redundant. You're basically never going to actually be using the camo, but it's a free skin, like. Ah, it's tier 8s again. Okay. Ow. Oh, there's 2 of them there. Oh, they're a division. I'm dead. I am just dead. Oh, there's 3 enemies. Oh, good. Yeah, the reason for why the TOG was built the way it was because that's what the British government wanted. Like, well, to accomplish what the British government wanted. Like, I forget the exact, like, directives that the British government wanted. But it was basically, it had to be a tank capable of using at least a 17-pounder. They went up to them and went with a 22-pounder. I think it was 22. It had to be able to cross a 16-foot trench. I think it was 16 feet. It was the widest a trench could really realistically be. It had to be able to cross that. It had to reach something like 20, 30 kph. It had to be sufficiently armored against the German anti-tank guns of the day, which this was early World War II, so it could have literally been like a 40mm box and probably would have been fine. The Germans did not exactly have great anti-tank guns. And the group that made the TOG 2, which called themselves TOG, the old gents, they basically fulfilled every requirement for TOG, you know, for the TOG 2, except it just wasn't accepted into development, basically. Mostly down to the complexity of the engine. Like, the engine could do what they wanted it to do, and it did it well. The problem was the engine was quite complex. And, well, was kind of prone to breaking down due to the complexity of it. They did eventually iron out the, you know, the inconsistency of the engine and make it run better and, you know. That KV-2 is committing the cardinal sin of KV-2s. He's aiming. You don't aim in a KV-2. You just sacrifice an appropriate number of people to the gulag, and then Stalin's cold dead hand rises up to guide your shells. That is how you aim a KV-2. One thing with the design of the TOG, and it being basically an electric tank, that was kind of a fun quirk about it, was that you really couldn't vary the TOG's speed. The TOG was forward or not. That was more or less your option. Like, the TOG still would have been a great tank, it's just they had other things that were kind of better by then. Hey there, baby boys. KV-1S can actually hurt me. He's probably shooting my cupola. Yeah. But the TOG is a very loved tank, just because of how stupid it looks. Which, I kind of wish I had a way of showing the TOG. Because there's little quirks about its design that are like leftovers of how it was designed. Because it never entered full production, so these would have changed by then. Actually wonder if I can maybe find it in their, like, big container. It'll probably be in here somewhere. Maybe. Let me scroll. No. Wouldn't be in the French container. Might be in one of these. No, those all seem very specific. There it is. Okay. So, like, you see these doors on the sides. That used to be where they had some side sponsons with, basically, that's where the guns of the tank were. Very reminiscent of a World War I design for a tank. And then it was basically decided that, no, that wouldn't be a very good idea. So they put a big turret on the top. I mean, like, when you consider this thing was designed in, like, 1939, 1940s, like, this thing predates the Tiger tank. It predates the Jumbo Sherman. I think it predates the Sherman. Like, this thing is very well armored for what it is. And part of this thing being a star is its extra armor plates along the butt are missing. Like, up here is basically like, the motors are back here between the tracks and power the drive wheels directly. The diesel engine is in this big component here, like, with hatches to get in to access the parts you need to access about it. Like, this version of it also doesn't have the right gun, but which is what makes it a star, is it only has the 17-pounder. Which can I... There should be a way of seeing its modules. I don't remember how. I forget how big the 17-pounder actually was, but... It's a pretty neat tank. And then there's this thing, which people like because of, the Australians were really letting it all hang out. This is actually an Australian-built tank. And is also the first tank to be basically cast-built. Which is quite the accomplishment, given Australia wasn't exactly known for building tanks. And then they just built this, and it's like, alright, man. Cool. Basically meaning, like, they cast the entire top half of the tank as one big sheet of metal. And then the bottom was another big casting, and, like, just welded them together. Which is pretty neat. I do need some coffee, so I will be back in a minute or two. Alrighty. I'm back. It's also snowing outside. That actually, the tank being cast made it a lot easier to build. Because, like, I mean, like, let's take the IS turret here as an example. Like, this top plate had to be made and then welded to the sides here, which this is also a separate plate, which had to be welded to another plate, which the gun mantlet's another if you could just make that as one big casting, that saves you so much time. Like, cast turrets were some of the first things done, and then being able, like, the hull, this front plate has to be welded to the plate behind it, which has to be welded to the plate below it, which has... If you can just do all that at once, it's so much faster. And you need a framework to, like, work off of as well, which adds extra weight to the tank. Riveting was what they did beforehand, which was even less efficient. Which, you know, you can see on here. Because you need things to rivet to inside the tank. So now you got a plate riveted to a framework, which adds weight, which, you know... You're also a lot more limited on the designs you can do. I also love my goofy French things. This was designed basically at the end of the war. And this looks like a World War I design. But with a slope. In the French's defense, they had been conquered. It's not like they had an active tank development division, but, you know. Yeah, the TOG is very much the idea of land battleship in a way. I actually kind of wish that the Japanese super heavies were here, because those were land battleships. But, like, same idea as, like, this. Where you basically have turret, big turret, gun everywhere. It's kind of just harkening back to the origins of tanks, which were basically land ships. That's what they were more or less considered. Okay. Juto. Or Juto, I believe that would actually be. Don't know how well I can pin that. But I'm gonna go wide. On the road again. I can accelerate faster while I'm on roads and hard surfaces, so... Oh, hi, Nashorn. Can I don't have any high explosive. Oh, he reloads faster than me. I should have saw that one coming. Hey, boys! I wonder if they even know I'm here. They know now, and all I did was break his track. Okay, I was a little worried that the Nashorn might, like, try to push up on me, but he did not. Ow. Hey, I'm a rack explosion. Most of the time I'd feel bad, but I'm pretty... Yeah, that's a bot. Okay, I don't feel bad about it. Be my guest. Broke his track. Yeah, man, I am very aware. I am also very aware I am a one-shot kill to that Black Prince. Or not. Juto's got me, though. We have managed one kill. No one shot the Nashorn, I guess. Good. Good. What is this? This isn't what's normally here. It has been a French thing. This is a Polish thing. That's got a 105. $165 mils of turret armor. That was another thing that tank designers started doing, and that's kind of how, like, modern main battle tanks are. Their turrets are incredibly well protected. The rest of the tank, not so much. The idea is, you get the tank into a position where all anyone can see is the turret. Ah. I don't have the gun depression for this, but... Ah, and the VK's turning in. Darn it, VK 4503! Darn it, aiming time. Ah, there's somebody down there, and it's a tank destroyer I can't see. Good. I'm a bit stuck. Come on, gun, point down. And I just crit his track. Ooh. Team! Please! Can I please have a team that can think and breathe? That's all I ask for. Yeah, it's basically a case of it makes it, like, pushing with a tank really, like, difficult. Playing very defensively with a tank is pretty easy. Funny thing is, it probably has happened in real life. Okay, that VK 3006 is almost certainly a bot. I really want to push up to this position so I can cover my lower front plate. Okay, no one coming. Okay, this is just tier 7s. I'm gonna go this way, my guy. The venerable Black Prince. little uneasy about that guy. Boo. Yeah, he's gonna get away. Aim, please. Every time the guy says whatever that is, like the scary Zaza or whatever, literally the only thing that goes through my head is Vinesauce Joel calling weed Zaza, like Z-A-Z-A. So my brain just hears that as scary Zaza. So it's just scary weed. No, that's not what he's saying, but it's what my brain hears it as. Hey, Porsche Tiger. Yeah, did my best there. Definitely could be in the context that I'm thinking of from Vinesauce Joel. Because it was the space Zaza. So it was space weed. During his Voices of the Void streams. He got a microwave and then was using it to create the space Zaza. Ah yes. You have the HP to just push him. Just push him. Stop being a little coward about it and just go. There you go, my man. It's not exactly how you should have done it, but you don't save money based on how much HP you have left. You don't even save money for surviving the battle. Like, even though you probably should. I feel like I should just play this thing more, but I like the IS too. The main thing I'm thinking of is, like, I almost feel like I'd rather have this. Hey, I think the IS just fist bumped me. Should double check. Yeah. Like, it would be nice to have this engine, and this is the same engine. So I could research it here, and that would help on the WZ-110, but I kind of just want the WZ-110. As well, the more I'm thinking of it, the more I kind of want it. It's just this grind. Which I feel most of which is because I'm refusing to buy the turret because it would take longer to grind through if I do. I'm doing this to myself. If I got the turret upgrade, my reload would become faster. I want to do Voices of the Void at some point, thinking of that. Like, a stream, more streams of that. I played it ages ago. Like, it's a pretty fun game. So my camera's a bit high, I just noticed. I turned it earlier because Frisk was on her tower. But it's basically a game that you're a scientist sitting in a facility, scanning the space for radio signals, And various other just blips and noises. And you encounter aliens. Ah, looks like we have an AFK player. It's one of those cases where I definitely prefer having bots, because bots can't go AFK.
此时的一侧履带动不了了。
Okay.
修好了履带，继续行动。
Let's get turned around here. We'll see about capping C. Don't know where most of the enemy team is. That's kind of my worry about moving around. We has lost 2 teammates. Oh, there's that guy finally joining us. And of course it's one of the tier 8s.
击毁敌方坦克。
Ooh. Let's get spun around. I can't bounce his gun anyway, but
击穿目标。
I might actually No, he'll just go through my turret. He reloads so much faster than I do.
未能击穿敌方装甲。
I'm so dead. Yep.
车辆被击毁了。
Sadness. Especially where that's making this take so much longer. Hey, their next round of things have started. So what's in here? Nothing I really care about. I mean, this thing has an interesting kind of name to it. Yeah, it's Italian. Reserve shell? All shells except the last one reload relatively quickly. It only has 2. And that's... I wouldn't say that's a quick reload. I mean, I suppose based on the damage, that's at least a 100 mil, but still. It's a tier 8 heavy. Does this have rocket pods on it? Yeah, those are rocket pods covered up. Thank you for following. Person. Ah. Yeah, no. I'd rather not. Also, I'm going to, I'll just remove that message on YouTube and just kind of ignore you on Twitch. Not adding people on Discord. That would be probably a heavy machine gun under that covering. It's always amusing to see tanks with rocket pods on them. Just makes you wish you could actually fire them. You know? Like this one. I really wish you could actually fire those. That would be hilarious. But, yeah, there's a reason I'd rather have bots. Like, I wouldn't mind it if, like... I wouldn't mind it if just whenever you don't load in, a bot just controls you until you load in. Sure, that might lead to a player loading in a very bad position. But, to be fair, at least the bot is there and helping. You know. Did anyone else come up the hill? Based on the number of apparent bots, I'm gonna guess probably not. I just want to make sure the hill's clear before I, Okay. Hill's looking pretty clear. Now they went up the other hill. Well, I didn't get spotted. Did that time. The P-43 Tur. That'll be what spotted me. I don't have the gun depression for you. Hey, buddy. I just love the small turn, and then his gun points towards me, and it looked like he was going, oh, hi! That's what the whizzing above my head was. Ow. I've clearly not sacrificed enough people to Stalin. You know, that's very rude. I said that's rude. Will you stop that? Yeah, this is just kind of over. I want teammates that can think and breathe. I get the feeling the only ones left alive on their team were players. But still, has a lot of damage blocked. This is gonna take so long. I can only carry so hard. Okay, Tiger 131, that's probably a bot. Yeah, I do want to do Voices of the Void. If for nothing else, then to have some streams I've done of it that aren't connected with my ex, because, like, the last time I streamed it was because she wanted me to, and it's like, I mean, I can do that. I got no problems with that. I mean, I'm facing down a Super Hellcat. He did just fire. Buddy boy. No. That 131 might actually have been a player. Maybe. Thanks, game. I mean, they've had a really big update, so I'd be starting over anyway, so... Ah, that's such a bummer. This is what the gold ammo's for. Okay, M26 has got him. Now, where's their remaining player? AFK, I'm gonna guess? Maybe? No. It's a Tog fighting our Yak Panzer. Get him, Tog! I believe in you. Like, I last played the game so long ago that they've, like, I don't even know what the new base looks like. They completely reworked what the base looks like the home base looks like. Pretty sure there's a lot of new events I don't know about. So, should be plenty fun. I am very tempted, if I get to the point that I can just free XP this, of just free XPing it. This thing should be so much better. But I kind of want to save that my free XP for getting the turret. This thing without its turret upgrade is probably not very good. With the turret upgrade, it's probably pretty good. But... I know this Saturday, at least, I'm going to be doing more Monster Hunter Wilds. Because first free title update is tomorrow. Because, of course, it would be on a Friday. You know, the day I don't stream. Oh, I'm gonna be on my own out here, then. Got it. Oh, hi. Yeah, and of course my shell doesn't go even remotely in his direction. Well, it did, just not where I wanted it to go. Oh, there's two of them there. Oh, good. And my team is losing over there, where they had the player advantage. Love this so much. Tier 7's so fun. Gods. Ah. Yeah, it's not exactly the best date it could come out, but I do get it. For the vast majority of people, that's probably a good day. Yeah, man, I'm not running the engine boosts. Also, he hit his reload boost as well. Yeah, man, that was not smart. that T-28's probably going to be a bit of a problem. Because he can get through my lower front plate pretty easily. I can get through his too, if I can hit it. Oh, he can get through my side. Pretty sure he just got through the side. Oh no, that was still lower front plate. Keep forgetting how big this thing's lower front plate is. Yeah, man, I can shoot your cupola. I mean, the one thing I suppose with it coming out when it does is like... with the update is it's at least you'll know it's out. You're not like it coming out late on like your final day off or something, you know. Same result, but I feel like I'd be more annoyed with something coming out late on like my final day off than like the start of my work week. You know, I think I'll just stick with this thing for now, even though, like, this tier 8 doesn't look anywhere near as good. I mean, I could be wrong on that. I mean, it comes with a solid turret that gets even more solid, and a pretty decent gun to start with. I'll just keep working on this thing. I probably could have already had the thing if I just stuck with the VZ-44-1. Doing okay, Frisk? No? Doing okay? You sleep funny? Yeah. I don't think people need to hear you nudging the mic. I apologize if her budging the mic is audible. She just woke up pretty shaky, so... She probably slept funny. She's been sleeping in a box that, like, we used to keep Magic the Gathering cards in, that I mostly took a lot of them out so I could organize them. You're pushing the mic further and further away. Frisk, please. That's not helping. Frisk, please. You're not helping, baby. Eh. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna take this cap. Yeah, and it's also kind of a case of, like, it being, like, your first day of work for the week, you know, your Monday, does mean you will get to it sooner than if it came out, like, the end of your last, you know, last day off. Our tank destroyers are pretty screwed. Is that one of the prototype mouses? I don't know. VK... Yeah, that's one of the prototype mouses. The P gives it away. That's Porsche. You know, the company that makes the really small cars. They used to make really big tanks. Also, I cannot pen him anywhere by the looks of it. I can get to his lower front plate. Get him, boys! We gonna mosquito him? That's what I'm gonna aim to do. Okay, that worked. But yeah, Frisk's been getting a few hairballs lately, so I'm keeping an eye on her, because not sure if she's actually sick or just eating things she shouldn't. Because it's Frisk. It could be either of those things. I might as well keep going to the hour. Yeah. I do have to ask, have you finished the story of Wilds yet? At least, like, the low-rank story. I'm assuming you probably have, because it's been out for quite a while now. I basically just want to know if you hated it as much as I did. I really did not like the story. But yeah, it's actually been theorized that the reason why Porsche, the car company, makes such small cars these days is simply because of how just unreliable and bad their tanks were. There's a lot of things shooting at me. Yeah. We lose. Oh, we had an AFK, I think. Maybe. Oh no, he's just still in spawn. Okay. Yeah, let's grab Tiger 131. I know it's Tiger Kuro Morin Mindespi. Because it's Girls on Panzer. But it's Tiger 131. This thing trolls so many people because the front of the gun mantlet says you can pen it when often you can't. Dog. Yeah, I'm gonna head down this way. Am I seriously gonna make it here unspotted? Aw, they proxy spotted me right at the very end. And then I missed. Ah, he knows better than to shoot my turret. Crap. I lose. I lose this exchange. Or maybe not. I just need to luck into that. No. If I hadn't whiffed that one shot. Sadness. And I'm not gonna get much for that either, because I was just shooting one guy. I was one-guying him. Wait, it just occurred to me. This is still here. This can't be a very good tier 10. If it's still here. It's a medium. 180 mils of turret armor. That's quite a hull slope. Good DPM. Why is this still here? Everyone seems... All the tier 10s just get bought out immediately. At least that's how it's been previously. Okay. Guess it's probably just not very good. I mean, it has sold out, but a lot of them. The heavy's sold out. Not many people have bought either of these. Yeah, I do very much feel that, like, Monster Hunter and story don't go well together outside of something like a stories game that's trying to be something not just Monster Hunter. I almost got here unspotted. Like, I feel like my biggest problem is just the amount of it that doesn't need to be said. You know? Like, that's something I very much picked up on in, like, my time basically studying how to write, is, like, effectively just the advice of show, don't tell. You know, if you have to spell everything out, then your writing's not very effective. I will say the very, like, that final, like, the by my own authority cutscene, I really wish that that was a case of, like, Olivia joining you. That feels perfect for her character development. And yet, we just got nothing. Because, like, from what I've gathered about Olivia as a character, is something happened in the past, presumably involving a big monster, that's left her pretty traumatized, leaving her also very reckless. Like, her just rushing Arkveld earlier in the game, like, knowing nothing about it, no guild authority, planning to ask forgiveness rather than permission kind of thing. Like, it really felt like she had some reason for that that's just never fleshed out. Like, oh, that's a bot, isn't it? Ah, my gun blocked your shot. I think they might both be bots. No, they're actually shooting each other. The M6 might not be a bot, though. My guy, you're still spotted. And the writing also feels like they really, like, they really pushed hard to try to force the character to have a voice, a speaking role in the story, when they didn't need to. Like, and it's kind of just left all the other characters feeling very underdeveloped, and I feel like that's part of the reason people dislike a lot of them. Like, let's be real, people are finally starting to admit that the reason they like Alma so much is they think she's cute. It's not that she actually is a good character, it's just, Alma's cute. And she is. But, like, cute can only carry you so far. You know, Gemma was nice to see again. She's basically the blacksmith from 4. Like, that was nice to see again. Well, not the blacksmith, one of, like, you encounter her through 4. So, like, it was nice to see her again kind of thing. But, like, that's even, like, she doesn't really get all that fleshed out. Like, past the oil well basin stuff, she just kind of vanishes. Like, she's not there anymore kind of thing. Like, I'm sure you noticed that through the rest of the low-rank story stuff. Like, Gemma may as well not have been there. She didn't say or do anything for the rest of the story. Like, it's like, right, so she's done now. It's like, no, she clearly still has some things going on. Like, her story most certainly is not done yet. Yeah, like, I don't even think I would have minded the character having a voice as much if we had had a choice in what was said, at least. Like, it more or less just became a thing as my streams went on of... I've kind of just made the pretty accurate joke of, you're playing as Hunter. You know, that is your name. Like it or not, that's your name now. Which, more or less, as sad as it is pretty true. Like, the game would probably be better if you just named your character Hunter. And, yeah, at least now the characters are referring to you by name. Yeah, the bots do that. When they can't see somewhere to pen you, they'll just stop and spin. As if them spinning will help them find a spot to pen you. Or they'll just do that. Just stare. It really wants to shoot me. Okay down there, Firefly? I think they have an AFK. No, that would be a bot. So they don't have an icon. Puncher DX. There they are. Were they stuck? They're stuck. Oh, the poor thing. It got stuck. I can't even help it. Poor thing. Yeah, like... I'm really hoping that they take the players that are giving them the feedback of the story wasn't good and try to also find people giving more direct feedback of a lot of that came down to how the player character was. Like, I feel like Wilds would have been a lot better if they had taken that same story that they were going for and worked it better without trying to force the player to have input. Like, Just focus on the story. If you really want to tell a story, then tell the story. Like, I'll leave my credit boosters off for now. And, like, I really hope for the expansion, because there's gotta be an expansion, that, like, they kind of drop the player, you know? I understand those voice actors probably love their payday, but they've already had their payday. I want to know more about the other characters. I want to know more about Alma. She's clearly had something happen. Like, the way she spoke earlier in the game, she's lost everything. How? Why? You know? You know, she's experienced great loss, okay? To what? Where, you know... Where does this play into anything? Why am I supposed to care? You know. What happened with Gemma that made her really, like, retrospective on her younger life? Like, I even think Nada could have been a good character if he had had more time to develop instead of just react. Like, even as kind of obnoxious as Werner was, like, I want to know more about him, you know? Okay, 12T, why did you push that hard? Yeah, like... It's just like... Yeah, I can only imagine how much also just random dialogue exists that almost no one has seen. Because, like, every NPC has dialogue. It may not be voiced, but, like, they all were given names. They were all given various bits of dialogue at different bits of the story. And it's like, they put so much effort into the little stuff they really didn't need to. Like... I'm over halfway here. This thing's just so much better. This is one problem I have with, like, any wargaming title. This thing facing this. This wins. Not only does this have a better gun, 9-second reload, 191 mils a pen, 300 damage versus 175 mils a pen, 14-second reload at 400 damage. This also just has better armor. Like, 114 hull, 190 turret. Versus 125 hull, max of 140 on the turret. Like, this is just better in, like, every way. Like, this thing's stock outperforms the IS-2. Which is just a little annoying. I think I'll get one more game in, and that'll probably be it for the stream. Which I will say, Rand, if you want to keep talking, I'm open to keep texting on Discord or something. I got nothing else going on. I gotta record at some point, but I have until like 10 PM to do that, so... And it's only almost 4. I actually need to get back to my my personal wilds character. Which I will say, this is a weird thing for me. And it might just be I kind of enjoy playing games as a female player character more these days. But like... I've definitely liked the game more playing through on my my personal character. And I feel like it's just because I can mentally go, that isn't me talking, a lot easier. Because it's not a male voice. So like I can still have my own thoughts pretty easily. And I'm so sorry about this IS-2. But you can't win this. You got some damage in. Where did he hit me? Oh, I think he hit me in the track. I need to fix my engine. This man is dicking her to the max. Ow. Is it just the tog left? No, it is not. Ah, the M6 is coming up here. I'm trying to get out of your way, man. I'm slow. You would not guess this is a fully upgraded tank. With how just immobile it is. Confederate. But yeah, I think that's gonna be probably it for this one. Went like almost an hour over what I normally stream. The power of having someone to talk with. I get distracted. But yeah, I should get things ended off here. I need to get some food. Food's probably ready at this point. So, thank you all very much for coming out and watching. If you like my general style of content and are curious about what I am recording later, I do a daily Animal Crossing New Horizons series, which I feel is pretty chill and fun. Did I edit yesterday? I might not have. I might need to quickly edit. We have to double check that. Yeah, female characters always just have better fashion options. Which, like, I know I'm in my little ins feel, but I just need to add this of, like, it always mildly annoys me when you get those people like, why are men always playing as females? It's like, well, one, female fashion options tend to just look better, for one. Two, I need to look at this character for hundreds of hours. I want to enjoy what I'm looking at. You know? I imagine a lot of women would like, creating men or male characters because they like what they're looking at. You know? But yeah. I'm also doing a extra series on my YouTube channel, which is every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which is currently Terraria. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, so hopefully if you guys just like the streams, I'll see you back here on Saturday for another stream. So with all that out of the way, thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time.